Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me. I am starting our Google Hangout, and I hope that I'm recording. Okay. All right, so I believe that we are live, and I've turned on questions and answers, and you can pose your questions below. No, nobody can view me. Okay, I need help.
Yes.
I need help because it says no viewers. So I can see them here. I've invited them. Okay, let me get my notes.
I can see you in
I don't
Zoom.
oh, there's 3 viewers. Okay, I see 3 viewers. 5 viewers. Happy day, happy day. We were a little worried that we didn't have viewers. Hi, everyone. This is the first time we have broadcast a Hangout, so I hope that you'll be patient with us as we get started. So we're going to wait for people to get caught up and join our broadcast. So we're being patient for a little while. I see 7 viewers. $11 viewers. Hooray, hooray. Thank you for joining us on our Google Hangout. We're just waiting for some people to join us, get all caught up, and then we'll start. Oh, well, we have a question. Are you in the library? I am not. This is my office, a very messy office. So let me start by introducing myself, and we'll wait for a few more viewers. I'm Sarah McNeil. I'm a faculty member in the College of Education at the University of Houston. And we have a whole team of folks who have worked on this MOOC for a long time, and they're viewing. They're not here in my office, they're outside in our lab. And I'm going to call them in a little while and ask them to show up. So let's get started. I'd like to recognize the folks who are participating in our Google Hangout this afternoon. We have folks from around the country, around the world, actually, from Greece, from Managua, Nicaragua, from Japan, from Austria, from Athens, and from a number of countries, including the Philippines. And let me read the rest of them. Spain, Japan, Poland, so we're delighted that you've joined us. And I hope that you will be patient with us because this is the first time that we've used Hangout with a large number of people. We've tested it in our small group here in the lab in which I work, but we have not tried it with a large audience. So we are really, really pleased to have you. This is my office. It looks kind of like a library because I have all kinds of books and computers and other kind of equipment, and I'm a real book lover, so that's how it is. You are welcome to introduce yourself in the questions list if you like, or you can introduce yourself in our Hangout page on the main page that had the Hangout before we got started. We're going to try a few things this afternoon, and as we go through, it'll be great if you have questions or comments. They don't have to be questions, and that you can enter them in the list over here. And I can also turn on chat over here on the side too, so we'll switch back and forth. Okay. Oh, well, I'm glad somebody has an experience with Google Hangout, because maybe you can help us and tell us how to make this better. So we really appreciate that. This is our first MOOC with a large audience on this topic. We have worked in Web 2.0 tools for a long time, and we're excited to be able to talk about these concepts with a global audience rather than just folks here in the United States. So what we decided to do with this particular Hangout is feature a particular Web 2.0 tool that's easy to use and is a good one for teachers just getting started in using Web 2.0 tools. And the name of this tool is Padlet, P-A-D-L-E-T. And Padlet is a good tool, especially for brainstorming. I can remember in my public school teaching days that my teacher would write ideas down on the board, and then as we came up with new ideas, brainstorming ideas, project ideas, she would continue to add those ideas to the chalkboard. Well, at the end of the day, that chalkboard got erased, and we lost those ideas unless someone had written them down by hand. Remember, this is way before computers. So Padlet is a good solution for creating ideas, creating documents that also have image ideas, image links, web links, video links. So if you or teachers that you're helping to use Web 2.0 tools need a good place to start at the very beginning with an easy to use tool, Padlet is the tool for you. So what I'm going to do for the next few minutes is walk through some basics of using Padlet, and then you can put your questions over here on the list on the right side of the page, and I'll try to address them. And then we're going to create a Padlet wall that we can share in our MOOC. So let me do a little screencasting here. And I'm going to, hold on just a minute, I'm going to get my Padlet wall up. And okay, excuse me, had to get my screen ready. So I'm going to do some screen sharing. Okay, so let me know in the questions over here if you do not see that. I'm hopeful that everybody sees my screen that says, "Welcome, UH. I hope you're having a good Thursday." And you'll see some options down here. This is the main homepage for Padlet. Okay, well, Barbara, I'm glad you've used Padlet before, so you can give us a perspective of using it in a classroom. So let's walk through how to create a Padlet from scratch. I'm going to click this button, Create a New Padlet. And this brings us to the main Padlet page. Excuse me. On the bottom of this toolbar over here on the right side, there's a link to modify this wall. And I'm going to first start with the title of this page. Oh, I type the top title, and then down here on the description, I'm going to type, "Let's use this Padlet wall to share some ideas." So you'll see, right? Excuse me. You'll see over here on the left that title comes up on our page. It says, "Which software are you using for this screencasting?" And it's the one built into Google Hangout. Excuse me. Okay, we're here in Padlet, and let's say we don't like this plain gray background. We're going to modify this wall, and we're going up here to Wallpaper. And you can see the variety of wallpaper available. I can even scroll down here to others. And I'm going to use the notebook feature here. And you can change these without disturbing your Padlet. Now, you do not have to have a Padlet account to use Padlet if you're provided with the link, but it's very helpful if you have one, because I know that you'll want to use Padlet once you see how easy it is. Now, the other part of Padlet that you need to remember is that there are lots of options. Let's look at layout options. If you choose the freeform outlet layout, posts can be anywhere on this page. If you choose the stream layout, posts are placed one below the other. Thank you. And if you use the grid layout, the post won't be able to be overlapped. They'll display in a grid. This is the one that I use for ideas that don't necessarily have to be grouped. The freeform option is great if you're trying to do something like a concept map, So on this one, I'm going to use Freeform. Now you can also have privacy settings. In class, you might want to have it password protected. You might want it private, and you could send the link to people. For this one, I'm going to keep the default link, which is a hidden link. It has a public link, but the link is hidden. So I can send this link, for example, I can post it on our MOOC, and you can contribute. But I think that's probably the best way if you're using it for class. You can also add people by email, and you can moderate posts. So, for example, if you're working in a middle school classroom, for example, you know how middle schoolers can be. You might want to moderate their post, at least for a while, until they get the hang of it. There are other options too, especially under the password protected option and the hidden link option. And you have three choices. People can view the wall and the post, but they can't add anything. They can't add or edit or change the wall. Another option is they can write on the wall and write post and edit their own post, but not those written by others. And they can't change the wall. And then you can add moderators. They can edit any post and approve posts. So if you're working with another teacher or another adult, moderating is a good option if you need some help. I'm going to leave this one as a hidden link, but the users can write, because I'm going to share this link with you, and then you can try this too. So I'm going to go down and click Submit. That'll make my options final. And I'm going back out here to the wall. And all I do to add a note to the wall is I double click. And you can see a title comes up. And I'm going to write ideas for using Padlet. And then below that, I have an option for text. So my favorite use for Padlet is what we in the United States call an exit ticket. An exit ticket is one in which students, before they leave a class, have to write what they learned, what they have questions about, any comments they have, so that before you get ready to prepare for the next class, you have some feedback, instant feedback. And Padlet is a great way to do that. So I can explain more here. I can say students share one thing they learned, one thing they have a question about, and one thing I'm going to say one thing they already knew. And then I can leave it like that, and I can move that idea anywhere that I want to, that note. I can also edit it. I can double click on it again. I can upload a file. I can add a photo from my webcam. We'll go ahead and try that. I'm not sure that's going to work because I'm using my webcam for Google Hangout. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And you can add a URL. You can also, in that URL, add an image, a document, a video, a map, a slideshow, anything in that. So it's a very versatile tool. So what I'm going to do is go over here in Modify, and I'm going to get the address for this, and I'm going to change the address to something a little easier. So it's going to be padlet.com, and I'm going to call it Demo Hangout 1. Well, I'm going to say Demo 1. Demo. Okay, I'm just going to, for the sake of time, I'm going to copy this link and I'm going over here to our main Google Hangout page and I'm going to post it. Now I'm hoping that you could see that address. I'm going to switch to this chat window. And if you can see that address, let me know. And if not, I'm going to put a Padlet on the wall with that address. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, can anyone see the chat window on the right side? Oh, Barbara, bless your heart. Thank you. Yes. Yay. I'm feeling accomplished now. Yay. It's working. Great. Perfect. Wonderful. That makes me so happy. So I'm assuming that you could see the link either on our screen sharing page. Yes. Okay, so everyone, Barbara's added a note to our screen. If you can't see because your screen is small, perhaps, let me tell you the address out loud. Yes, I can put the URL in the chat. Absolutely. Let's try that. Chat. Okay, here it comes. Yay! There is our Padlet address. What a good idea. Thank you. So if you write on the Padlet wall, please start like Angelica did, Jorge did, Barbara did, with a picture, if you can, and your name. This is great. Hi, Anna. Terrific. So Barbara's included a link to one of her warm-ups. So if you use Padlet already, what I'd like you to do on this wall is post your name and a sentence about how you use it. And if you've never used Padlet before, try it out. This is just a play Padlet, if you will. Just a test. Just double click, hey Gordon, double click and leave us a Padlet note. Hey Debbie, thanks for joining us. Oh, cool, Gordon. So if you remember in the settings on Padlet, I just said freeform. So it is possible that your note could overlap someone else's. If you need to rearrange these, you know, as a teacher using Padlet, then that's a great idea. But if you have a lot of people posting notes, you might want to use the grid setting. That ensures that that somebody can't cover up somebody else's. So let me give you a few ideas for using Padlet as we talk here. Great picture, Jorge. So for example, you could use Padlet as a bell ringer activity. When a student comes in, we say the bell ringer activities are the ones that students do the minute they walk in the class. You can ask students what they remember from the previous day's lesson and post here on the Padlet page. Now, the other terrific thing about Padlet is you can use it from almost any device. So iPad, phone, computer. So if your students are using cell phones in class in the wrong way, this is a great way. They walk in the class, they post what they learned the day before in Padlet, and you have a good record of that. And of course, you can save these. So you have a record for your whole class about what they learned each day. One way that you can use Padlet in writing is as you're telling a story, you can stop and ask students to go to the Padlet wall and write what happens next. What do you think will happen next in the story? It's a great starter activity for writing their own stories. You can also ask students and their parents for suggestions about an activity that might be coming up. So you can share ideas for improving. You could share ideas about things that might happen in class. Now, if you're thinking of Padlet not from so much an interactive standpoint, but as a repository standpoint, you could also upload files in Padlet. Remember, we can double click on here and we can say homework, for example. We can say, please complete the following for homework, and then put the date. And you can upload a file here just by clicking, and then a student can go to your Padlet wall and download it. Really simple. So here's what I'd like to leave you with today. I'm going to stop screen sharing for a minute, although you'll be able, oh great, look, there you are, Tomas. Hello. I can see you sitting there. How terrific. I'm going to stop screen sharing. I'm going to go back to me. and I'm going to ask you to contribute to a Padlet wall in our MOOC. So in our Coursera site, let me go back over there. We're going to have a link under discussion forum. It should go live pretty soon. And it's going to say Google Hangouts. And there'll be a discussion. Let's see if it's there. Yes. So let me screen share again, and I'll show you exactly where it is. So in our Coursera page, mine may look a little different than yours. I'm going to close this up just a hair. Because mine will look a little different from yours because I am the instructor. But if you look right here in forums, I got here by clicking discussion forums, you'll see a subforum for discussion about Hangouts. I'm going to, when we finish with our Hangout today, I'm going to post in Hangout 1 discussion about Padlet a link to a shared Padlet that we'll have. It's not there yet, but it will be pretty soon. And this shared Padlet is going to look like this. And it's going to say, ways to use Padlet in your classroom. And Susie Gronseth, who will be running the session, the Hangout tomorrow morning, and I have already put up some ideas here for using Padlet. And we would like to invite you to use Padlet and post an idea here for how you use Padlet or how you might use it tomorrow in your classroom. So you'll see the address here has a unique name, Ways to Use Padlet, and I will post that in our Google Hangout discussion group. And I'd like to invite you to put your name, your content area, and grade level as the title, and then use the space below to type your idea. And if you want to, you can include a picture like I did, or a document like Susie did, or anything that you think would inspire people in different ways to use Padlet. So I'll be posting that in our Google Hangout very soon, and I hope that all of you who participated in our Hangout today will contribute to that wall. In addition, there'll be some discussion about how to use Padlet in your classroom, and ideas and links to other things too. So the folks who are joining us tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, as well as you, would be welcome to do this. I'd also like you to give us some feedback about how you think the Hangout went and what we can do to make it better. We're really excited to have you in our MOOC, and we hope that you'll stick with us and earn a statement of accomplishment and let us know how it went. So I'm going to sign off. We're going to try to figure out how to make this work in YouTube so that it's been recorded, and we look forward, very, very excited to continue this journey with you. Thanks so much from Texas. We really had an international audience. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon.